Hi, I'm Threes. So, obviously, you're aware that we've missed quite a bit of class time at the end of semester one, so we're going to have to table our mural project for semester two. In light of that, we're still going to need summative scores for criterions A, B, C, and D for design class, and we're going to do a condensed down project with code names, obviously. I think I mentioned this. So you'll see the summative work in Learn, and I wanted to just make a quick video to talk you through this because we only have about a week to get this all done. The first part is criterion A, the researching existing product. I've got these photos of a bunch of code names cards in our resources. I want you to pick one. Could be any of them. I talk about what's happening in the card and then the elements and principles. Okay, so for example, I'll focus on this one in the lower right down here. Can't quite see that, can you? Yeah, this one down here. So first off, this is like a statue, like Statue of Liberty kind of, with a rolling pin in her right hand, their right hand, and the balance in the left hand. Um, so it's kind of like mixing a few random things together. Uh, as for the style, you can see that it's all done in like this gray value, and then there's this black value. Some of them have white mixed in as well, like the crosswalk and the title on the book and the pencils. So there's only three values available for this style. The elements, I see some line. You can see all the lines used are kind of like the same weight. Maybe the lines in the statue here and like the borders of the rolling pin are a little bit thicker than the lines in the balance. There's a lot of organic shapes here, mostly like these fields and making up their dress. There's a few geometric shapes, like you could say like the base of this is like a rectangle down here, and then there's these triangles inside the negative space of the balance. We don't really have color, just value, dark value and medium value. Space, like I said, there's some negative space inside the strings on the balance, and there's negative space around the statue, obviously, but there's no real space. I guess you could say this is implied to be a cylinder, the rolling pin here, which would be a geometric form, and then they're kind of like an organic form. You can see like the value is trying to show her clothes wrapping around. And I guess there's a bit of texture as well in the way the clothes are like draped and implied with the black value and shading, showing the shadows around the clothes. Uh, with principles, we have some asymmetric balance with the rolling pin in her right hand and the balance, ironically, in her left hand. And then there's some symmetric balance happening within the balance here with both sides being equal here. And then there's some rhythms happening with the different shapes of the folds down here. Emphasis, I don't think anything other than just the person stands out to me. What else do we have? It's not really any proportion either, because we need more than one thing. We need like another object for there to be proportion. There really isn't any movement or patterns happening. But definitely a lot of contrast. We see like the high contrast between the black shadows and the white, I'm sorry, the grayish from the rest of the statue. So yeah, that's how I want you guys to kind of critique and identify the the card you choose. After that, come up with 5 little thumbnail sketches of your own, mixing up um, different ideas. You know, they all have some weird combination happening. Play with proportion and scale, like this guy throwing the giant paper airplane, and um, and then talk about one of them and expand on one of them to a full 20 by 20 sketch. Bear in mind that you have to follow the style of the work. They all have just these three values: white, gray, and black, really thick lines, and and then that will be your piece for your final card. Uh, and I'll print it out. We'll play the game next week, and then we'll reflect on how each other's work is successful or could be improved. Okay?